Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are looking at my portfolio. I'm going to give you an update of everything that has happened in the month of July up until now. We're going to look at the holdings that I've got, if I made any changes, any buys and sales. At the same time, we're going to talk about the markets at the moment. So what the market is doing, how things are going at the moment, is it overvalued, undervalued, what I think about it. And then we're going to look at all the dividends that are being paid this month and just kind of give you an overview of everything that's happening. Right now I've got I haven't been uploading videos lately because of family holidays and so on, so I'm going to go back to uploading minimum of a video every week from now on, and possibly sometimes 2 videos. I've got a few things like analyzing companies. I'm going to look at specific companies that I haven't analyzed yet, that I'm looking at the moment in my watch list. So there's a lot more to come in the next few weeks, inshallah. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, let me know. Subscribe, obviously. If you have any questions, obviously let me know, and share it with your family and friends. The reason I've opened this is not to show off, is to kind of help others, brothers and sisters that would like to invest in the stock market without obviously buying non-Sharia compliant, and obviously what I mean. So it's hard to find Sharia compliant companies. So all I'm doing is using different applications like Zoya or Islamically, and obviously my own judgment, and looking at the companies, analyzing their revenues, where they get the money from, are they investing in weapons and pork and all that stuff. So I'm doing all of these things. So every single company that you see here more or less basically is a Sharia compliant, definitely 100% Sharia compliant, but there might be some still in gray areas. Things like companies like Tesla, for example. Tesla is one of my holdings, and I'm currently looking at how much money they get in from. So what they do is basically they manufacture those cars, and people buy those cars. Now what they start offering is interest on basically some of these cars, so you can actually buy a car with the interest, and I want to know how much of that is actually their revenue. So that's what I'm looking at the moment, even though I haven't got as many shares as I did before, which is one of the things that I'm going to talk about later on today. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's get started on the video. Right now, as you can see, my portfolio is over £31,000. I also have another portfolio that is closer to £2,000, and this is in Freetrade. I only have 2 companies in here and a bit of cash as well, but those 2 companies are what's left of my kind of high growth portfolio. I've sold the CrowdStrike because it got to a valuation where I thought I needed to take some money off the table, and I have, and obviously I've made a really good profit on that. So if it drops back again, it's a great company. CrowdStrike is really good company, cybersecurity company. If it drops again, I might look into it, basically buying a couple of more shares. Right, so let's have a look at the overall market first of all before we start and looking at the portfolio. So right now, as you can see, based on today, it's just a little bit up. Last 5 days, this is the S&P 500, and the S&P 500 is the biggest 500 companies in the United States. So it kind of gives an indication of where the markets are. Okay, and then you've got the 1 month is about 5%. 6 months you can see about almost 14%, and year to date is up 21%, almost 21%. So it has been going up since this time last year. The markets have been up. It's up 32%. Now what's happening is a lot of the analysts out there at the moment are kind of predicting a correction where basically is where the stock market will drop about 20%. It doesn't have to be in one day, it can be over a period of time, but it does happen. Now you can't just be expecting, you can expect as much as you want, but you shouldn't sell all your stocks and then basically expect the markets to drop and then buy again. So what you're trying to do in that sense is time in the market, which is very difficult thing to do. Now if I was, what I'm doing is in my portfolio, I'm not going to give you any advice, but I will tell you this much. All I'm doing is I am dollar cost averaging into all of these stocks that I have that I feel are undervalued at the moment. A lot of the companies out there at the moment basically are overvalued, and when you look at the PE ratio, which tells us how overvalued some stocks are, normally what they say is about 15 to 20%, 15 to 20, okay, not percent, to 15 to 20, it's basically a good number. Anything above that is actually overvalued. And when you look at the S&P 500 in the last whatever months, you can see it's been trading over 30. Now, April of last year was or May last year was the last time it was actually under 30. Now, under 19, I think you have to go back, under 20, you have to go back all the way to 2019. Okay, so these things, it's been up since basically since coronavirus started. So from the days the coronavirus started around April, there was a bit of recovery. May, the recovery was on its way. From then onwards, it's actually been going up and up. And that's why the reason why a lot of analysts actually are predicting some sort of a correction. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to carry on buying stocks that I feel like are undervalued at the moment, and that's my plan. Okay, so there's a lot of hype out there, a lot of people, YouTubers and so on, posting crashes coming out, this and that. We don't know what's going to come up. And the good thing is, when crashes happen, is a good time for us to go shopping and buy a few more of the companies that you like. I'm going to talk about two companies that actually recently had a earnings report, and they kind of crashed a little bit, and I bought more of that. The reason for that is because you're buying a great company at a discount. Okay, if you've done your research already and you know the company, then it's a perfect time to buy. So let's get into the portfolio first of all. Right, so I'm going to go through each one of the holdings that I have, and I'm going to talk about it very quickly, each one of these. If you have any more questions, any questions on any of these companies, let me know. So 3M, I've recently bought 2 more shares. So initially I have 11 shares for a very long time. I averaged up, which I didn't want to do, but obviously I really do like this company. It's kind of fair valued at the moment, so I thought, you know what, let me go for it. Okay, then I've got Adobe. Adobe is basically in kind of new edition. I'm gonna add to it whenever I can, here and there. I'm not planning to put a lot of money in there, but I don't know. I will see how it goes, but I really do like the company. I'm gonna add to it. Now, Air Products and Chemicals is a new addition since the last time. I've got over 5 shares at the moment. I only bought it recently, about a few days ago. The earnings reports came out and the stock dropped, and that was a very good opportunity for me to buy this company because it's already undervalued, and I will show you in a second what Morningstar is saying. So this is my portfolio in Morningstar, and these are the star ratings that they give to every single stock. So 5 is basically undervalued, so 5 is very cheap, 4 is cheap, 3 I would say is fair valued, so almost closer to what they want. Then 2 will be overvalued and obviously or overpriced, and then you've got basically 1 means basically is very, very overpriced at the moment, very expensive. So this is expensive, this is very expensive. So if you look at the top of the list, you will see Salesforce, TSM, Merck, Air Products and Chemicals, which is a new addition, and Microsoft. So this company was already in my portfolio and on my watch list. I bought a little bit last time, and then when it dropped, I actually bought more of it. I've sold Tesla shares to buy more of these shares, and for the reason for that is I think Tesla have been meaning to actually take my profit. Now what you see here is actually just profit. I think over the last couple of months I've been selling Tesla shares here and there, and I've actually made more money than I've actually ever made in any other stock in just Tesla. So what you see here is right now is what they call house money. I'm not really worried about it. I'm going to leave those 2 shares and see what happens to Tesla from now on. So this is the new addition to my stocks. Then we got Amgen again. I had 2 shares. I bought 3 shares. I bought 2 more recently. It dropped a little bit. Apple, still haven't sold anything. It's still the same, or bought more. Broadcom is still the same. Clorox is the company that I need to talk about. I've got a video coming up, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but they have earnings come out recently. It dropped 10%. I bought 2 more shares. Cummins is still the same. I haven't bought more. Emerson Electric, I think it just company, it just surprises me. It keeps going up. I start buying this company when it was $75 per share, and right now we're hitting about the 100. I wish I bought more, but hey, it's kind of fair valued at the moment. So the earnings come up soon, so as soon as they do, if there's a drop, I might buy more of this. Home Depot, they're reporting tomorrow their earnings, so we'll see what happens to that. So if it drops, I don't think I will buy actually more, because it's, according to Morningstar, is the most expensive stock that I own other than PPG and Waste Management. Right, so then we've got Johnson & Johnson. I think I bought 2 more shares of Johnson & Johnson. Kimberly-Clark, I haven't bought more yet. Lowe's, still the same. They're reporting soon as well, so once they report, if it drops, I think I might start buying a few more just to make it 10 shares of this company. I really do like the company. They have a massive growth ahead of the company, so I would prefer to buy a bit more. Merck, still the same, very undervalued company, great company, and still undervalued, so I will be buying. I've been buying it for the last few months. This month I haven't bought anything yet, so I will be doing that maybe in the next few weeks. Microsoft, again, another undervalued company. So they had the earnings come up, and then it was 3 stars. The earnings came up, now it's 4 stars for that reason, because they had absolutely amazing earnings report. So therefore they have now dropped in value. So again, probably buy a little bit more here and there. Moody's is a new addition. We talked about it in the last video when I talked about the financial sector. Is a new addition, so only got £30 in there right now, so we'll be adding to it as much as we can whenever we get a chance. It's a little bit overvalued. I don't like the PE at the moment, is over 30, but whenever I see a drop, I might just buy a little bit here and there. PepsiCo, I think it's still the same. I don't think I've added to it. Pfizer surprised me lately. I mean, it's now 38. I was hoping it to drop about 39 so I can buy more, but now it's for like 48, so I don't think I will be buying anytime soon this company, so we'll see how it goes. PPG, I don't know what I'm going to do with this company. It is really overvalued. I haven't got that many shares. I might sell this and then add it to Air Products and Chemicals. They both are the material sector, so I might actually do that. We'll see what happens to it, but at the moment it's overvalued. I can't add to it. I don't think I have got enough shares, do you know what I mean? So I think I might just leave it there, or just basically sell it and then buy something else with that money. Procter & Gamble, still the same. I haven't bought more. Very overvalued at the moment. Qualcomm, kind of fair valued, but I don't think I will be adding to it. Rio Tinto, I think I bought 5 shares since last time. I really do like the Rio Tinto. It dropped the other day to my price that I was looking for. Yet again, today it dropped, so I think I might be buying a bit more whenever I get the opportunity to buy more, because I'm averaging it down, which is really good. Salesforce is still very undervalued company. If you look at it, 4 stars in Morningstar. All the other analysts that I've looked at, I don't just use Morningstar, I've used other companies, and they're all saying the same thing. This company is really undervalued at the moment. It's not overvalued at all. Tesla, we've talked about it many times, very overvalued. Love absolutely this company. I genuinely do love the company, but just my issues is the valuation. But at the moment I was hoping it drops to 550, but it hasn't, and it keeps going up and up. And whenever I see opportunities other places, I've been taking money out of it. I'm now happy with just 2 shares. I will keep it and see what happens. Unilever has been in the red for a long time, but I get very good dividend. I love the fact that it's the UK based company, so I'll keep it. I haven't added to it lately, but if it drops below 40, then I might actually buy it more. Union Pacific, I absolutely love this company. It's a great company. It's got honestly one of the best balance sheets out there, so I'm gonna be buying a bit more at the moment. According to this, it's kind of fair valued, but I think it might be just a little bit, yeah, there we go, a little bit overvalued at the moment, so I might just wait to see if there's a drop. Visa, overvalued at the moment. Great company, happy with what I've got so far. I'll keep it. Waste Management, I've only got 5 shares. I wish this company drops. I was hoping it will drop to 140. Right now is 151, so I'm gonna keep waiting. If this correction they're talking about happens, I might buy a little bit more of this company. Now, so what I've been doing is, like every single month since I started this portfolio. So let me go back all the way to max. So since I started April of 2020, I have been actually adding minimum of 1,000 every single month. Every single month without fail, I have been adding about £1,000 to this. So if I show you this, just this month, July month, what I've done in July. So I've added £200 there, 400, that's 600, that's 800, and then 1,050. So I basically put about £1,000. So far I've added £300 in this month. In August I'm going to add obviously another 700, or give or take another 700 in the next few weeks. That's gonna come. As you can see right now, I have realized profit of almost £2,700. The total dividend that I've received so far, and this, by the way, I haven't actually withdrawn this money, I've reinvested. That's why my invested money is about, there we go, 25,700. When you add this plus this, then that's what you see there is 28,000. Again, the rest of it is profit. Total dividend that I've received so far is £440 since I've opened. This withdrawal that you see was when I first opened the account. I was basically testing it to see if I can withdraw my money and get it back within a few basically days, whatever. So and that happened, then that's when I started the basic overall. So as you can see, all the profits that I made so far, the realized profit as well as the dividend has already been reinvested. I've only invested about £25,700, and right now this is worth, you know, almost 31 and basically and half, so which is really great. So I'm going to carry on doing what I've been doing. I've done a lot of research, basically looking at every single company that I own in my portfolio, and obviously maybe two things that are important to me is the Sharia compliant side of things, as well as making sure the companies that I'm buying are not way overvalued, because I don't want to lose money. This is money that I work for, you know, every month I save. Okay, I've got a few videos coming up about saving and basically about that side of things, but for now, you know, every single month I save my money. I put back basically whatever I can. I pay myself first and then I invest it. So I have been doing that for the last couple of years, and that really helped me. And the money that you see was the money that was sitting in my account for a while, and every single month I've actually basically been investing obviously my money. And I've got other projects that I'm doing at the moment, so I can't say anything at the moment. So inshallah, when I get a bit more when something happens, inshallah, I will let you guys know. Again, like I said before, this is not to brag off or to say whatever this and that. It's just to kind of show you what is possible from Sharia compliant perspective. As a Muslim, you know, it's very important to us to invest basically in Sharia compliant companies. I don't want to basically see people saying, oh, you can't, you know, invest in this stock market because everything is haram, whatever. There are companies out there. There's a lot of ulama that spoke about it and so on. It is halal as long as you basically know what you're doing. And obviously only Allah knows. If you make a mistake and you buy a company that you're not sure, then sell it, basically, you know, give the money to sadaqah. Just as long as you're fair in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's the most important thing. Anyway, I'm going to stop the video there. So as you can see, I've been transparent with basically every single month. I've got, like I said, I've got a few videos coming up very soon. This is my overall portfolio so far in pounds, everything you see. So far I put in about 5,700 since April, and my plan is to put about 20,000. I've been, so far my predicted payment for dividend is about £614 for the year. So inshallah, see what happens. And like I've always said to you, I've been transparent. So I've got this, I basically use this spreadsheet. I've shared this with you guys before, so if you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have access to it, take care everybody. Assalamu Alaikum.